Okay, so she carries on and she says they're behind her. She's scared. They're telling her they're checking on the baby. And she said then she heard this loud popping sound, almost like a cracking sound in her head. And she started to hurt. And they calmed her down. She went through just a plethora of physical examinations at this point, some painful, but they always moved her out of that. And then she woke up or came to in the backyard in the grass, bleeding both vaginally and from the nose, in full labor, crying out for help. No one in the house woke up. They couldn't hear her because they sedate the house when they take someone. The neighbors heard and they came and got her and woke my father, and they then took her to the hospital where I was born. And she said I was, you know, it was hard for her. My parents are very short, jet black hair and brown eyes. And she said, I scared her. And also, I couldn't drink milk or breast milk or soy milk or goat milk, or I hate milk. Still, actually, I hate milk. But she said it was very difficult and she had a really hard time that she could never bond with me. And so she tells me this story. And so I felt compassion for this woman who had these experiences and had nobody to listen to or believe her or guide her or talk to her or help her. No support group, right? So she said maybe things could have been different for her, for me, if something like that existed back then. And maybe I would have been able to have a mother if something like that existed back then, but I never did. I did raise myself because she gave me up. And so she said, she wants to tell people now she's not going to hold this anymore. And so at the time, I was talking to a man by the name of Jim O'Connell. He was the producer of a show called The Experiencers that was going to air on Fox. And I called him up and said, you're not going to believe this, but, my birth mother was an experiencer. I might be like the first, second generational experiencer.